there is more magic in the air today than there has ever been. And it's almost as though there are folks out there like all of you who are the apostles of this magnificent creed that is going to free our people of anti-whiteism and thereby enable them to access the great Western spirit inside of them and therefore enable our people to recapture our destiny. There are folks like us who are able to see this. And then there are others. So it's sort of like we can see the ghosts. We can see the magic today. Whereas these others, they simply cannot see it. They are purblind. They're dullards. They simply cannot see what is right in front of their faces. So they're waiting. They continue to look for something that is a form that they recognize. And until they see that form, nothing's happening. Nothing's being done. And if they see something that fits that form, well, then they just want to fly to those colors right away and give their money to it, give their time, give their energy. And so the reason this conversation came up was I was speaking with a gentleman, very bright gentleman, older gentleman, talking about the great successes that we are having here, a gentleman who could provide us with quite a bit of opportunity, resources, and the like. And the successes, I'm even talking about global leaflet drops, which have never happened, and he knows this has never happened. Certainly not from the bottom up, like we have had 9 states, 7 countries at the end of January, beginning of February. And essentially, he was saying, well, okay, so where's the successes? And all he's ever been a part of is this endorsement of folks who want to talk about politics, as though that's ever done a damn thing. It's never accomplished anything. Complaining about politics is as old as politics, and it's never done or accomplished anything for our people. We have solutions. We are making changes. We are the ones who are growing. We have people who are taking initiative. We have stimulated a soil in which, and we are feeding nutrients into this soil in which very talented people are coming together. They are planting their seeds in this nutrient-rich soil and bringing forth these beautiful creations. Now, some of them are going to flourish and be magnificent. Some will be not so magnificent. Others will fail. But the bottom line is that with things like this that Mr. George is talking about, this is more and more evidence of the growth of what we are creating, which begins with the defense against what is actually being used against us, and that is psychological warfare. And we have a psychological defense in going free. And then on top of the psychological defense of going free, we are feeding the arts, we are building culture, we are bringing people together in love for our people rather than the data, the stats of how awful the other groups are, and rather than just complaints, endless complaints, comical, cartoonish individuals with their complaints about politics or about XYZ. We have moved away from all of the silly ideas that have never accomplished anything and have always failed. And we continue to go in this direction, and we will be the ones who pass through the eye of this needle and, to mix the metaphor, go through the bottleneck and come out the other side stronger, brighter, healthier, more intelligent, more robust, more able to meet the challenge of other groups and other ideas out there that are used and have used and will continue to use our strengths and our weaknesses against us in the future. The day will come when you have a scenario like you had in this room where this man spoke up and said to the complaining anti-white, non-white person, why did you leave your country and come here to just complain endlessly, to white erase us, to want to change everything about our country? Why did you leave your country? And all of these women, all of these Herodins turned around screaming like banshees at this guy, because how dare he say something critical of a non-white person. The day will come when white man says something like this, and every white woman in the room will agree with him. She will not fly to the aid of a non-white man who is there to replace, there to white erase, there to complain endlessly, this acerbic criticism that is poured on our people until everything falls apart, this endless white erasure.